everyone! It is so nice to be back after my 2-day break from vlogging. I make these vlogs for lots of reasons. 1, to spread awareness, 2, to help others with chronic illnesses, and 3, just because I really enjoy it. This is a lot of fun for me to vlog. But every once in a while, I'll take a rare break from it. This past time I took a break because I was just feeling run down. I hadn't fully recuperated from that huge allergy flare I went through. Plus we had family in town, so it just seemed like a good time to take a break. No harm done though. If y'all want to keep up with Har and I during our very rare vlogging breaks, you can follow us on Instagram. There's a link to our accounts in the description of this video. And I'm just here at the neighborhood dog park with Harlow, letting her burn some energy before my occupational therapy appointment this morning. I go once a week to OT to work on some skills for my autism and sensory processing disorder, and I will let y'all know more about that later because Har and I actually gotta go. So we will see y'all after OT. Come on! Oh, hi, Papa. Hi, Papa. OT went great. Harlow did a spectacular job of ignoring all of the adorable, rambunctious kids playing in the waiting room. So good job with that, Hippo. I worked a lot on my self-communication skills and how to better communicate to my loved ones how I'm feeling, and also how to get out of something my OT calls rigid thinking, where I'll think the same thing over and over again, I'll say the same thing over and over again, I'll pace and become very tense. And I do that when I get stressed over a particular situation, and it's very hard to get out of, but I'm making progress, and I'm also becoming better at seeing things from other people's perspectives more frequently. I also worked on my sensory processing disorder, which is where my brain just cannot effectively process outside stimuli, and it becomes very overwhelming, overstimulating, and disorienting. So things like sounds and sights and smells and all of that just doesn't process properly in my head. And it often goes with autism. So anyways, one big issue I have with that is grocery shopping, because all of those external stimuli are just too much for me. My OT has given me some coping mechanisms to use, like fidget toys and noise-canceling headphones, which are very helpful, but I still can't go grocery shopping by myself because it's all just way too much. I have to get help from a store employee if I do it. And so our next session, my OT is actually going to go with me to the grocery store to help me in person. And I'm really happy about that because one of my goals is to be able to go grocery shopping by myself without help from a store employee, because I don't want to have to make Judd do all the grocery shopping all the time. So that was a really successful appointment. If you want to learn more about my autism and my sensory processing disorder, look for the link in the description of this video for a video called All About My Autism, because you'll learn a lot about it there. So Harlow and I are about to do a training session, and we are going to be working on her task work for my allergic reactions. Because they are relatively new, not my issues with allergies. I've been having allergy issues for about 2 years now, but these really severe reactions that go to anaphylaxis, those have only been happening since December 27th of 2016, so only like 2 or 3 months now. Anyways, she doesn't have any solid task work down to help me with them since they're so new to my life, but we're consistently working on ways for her to assist me during an attack and so forth. So the 3 tasks she's working on to help mitigate my whole new disability of these allergic reactions is, the first one is learning to speak on command. And you think that would be easy to teach, but she is such a quiet dog. The only time I can get her excited enough to bark is breakfast and dinner. Like, she doesn't bark at the door, she doesn't really bark when she's playing, nothing. So anyways, if I'm down in public having a reaction and I need people to come help me, I can't really yell, "Hey, help," because I can't breathe. So I'm teaching her to go speak, and this is the physical command, and she'll bark and people will come towards the barking dog. So that's the first one. The second one is, during a reaction, my first sign is either coughing or a rash, and I'll scratch the rash, but sometimes I become very disoriented and confused during a reaction, and I don't even realize I'm like nonchalantly scratching at my rash. So I'm teaching her to respond to that, this behavior of scratching. I'm teaching her to nose bump me, so I'll become aware and go, oh, and I can take my abortive medication, because the sooner I take it, the more likely we are to abort the episode from reaching anaphylaxis. And my abortive medication is IV Benadryl, which I give through my port here. And then the third task we're working on is to wake me up at night if I start coughing. We haven't started working on this one yet. The other 2 we have. And that's because I take very strong medication at night to regulate my sleep cycle due to my narcolepsy, and so sometimes I don't wake up when I start coughing, and Judd will wake up and hear me, but, you know, as a cop, he'll be working nights. When he goes on drill for his Army National Guard, he's not here, so sometimes I'm alone at night, and so I'm gonna teach her to jump on the bed and bug me until I wake up when she hears me start coughing. So The first one is like a command, and then the last two are a response to behaviors I do in accordance with my allergic reactions. All three are going to be very useful. So we're going to work on the nose bumping when I start scratching right now. And remember, she is very, very new to this. We've probably only done 1 or 2 training sessions, so obviously she doesn't have it down right now, but she knows how to nose bump, and she loves to do it. So come here, Har, come. So first I'm just going to have her do a warm-up by having her do her touch command. Touch. Good dog. Touch. Good girl. Now I'm just going to add in the behavior of scratching, and I'll ask her to touch right afterwards. Touch. Good girl. Harlow, touch. What is that? Harlow, touch. Good girl. Touch. Good girl. That was a good one. Mwah! Good girl. So as you can see, I just keep Harlow's training sessions very short and positive and happy, and I don't get frustrated with her even when she's kind of just like, what am I supposed to be doing here? Because this is all really new to her, and she wants to please me. She just hasn't totally figured out exactly what it is I want yet, but I know eventually it's going to click. And again, I keep them short, and I just do several of these throughout the day, and eventually you'll get it. For those of you wondering, you can find a link to this treat pouch in the description of this video, and her treats is just her kibble, and that's Taste of the Wild Salmon formula. And that is all we're going to work on for right now. I gotta go upstairs and do another breathing treatment of the day. Well, y'all, I just woke up from an intentional nap after my second breathing treatment of the day. It is 2:30, and I just got a call from Judd saying he's finished with the academy, which is an hour early, and it's his second to last day because he graduates on Wednesday. Well, he got sprayed with pepper spray today. I guess every, law enforcement student has to go through that, and he says it hurts so bad. And what he's gonna do, I offered to, spray him down outside with our hose, and he said, no way, he's just gonna go jump in the pool, our community pool. So I am gonna have a soaking wet boyfriend walking through the door in about 10 minutes. So this should be so funny to me. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Last night we actually went out with some of his friends from class, and we had a really good time at a hibachi place, so that was pretty awesome. And yeah, all right, let's go wait for Judd downstairs, I guess. How do you feel?
Like I got hit with OC spray. I'm never, ever hitting a criminal with OC spray.
What if they deserve it?
No one deserves that. No one deserves that.
You're making Harlow excited.
So painful.
Does it still hurt?
It burns my hands are a little bit on fire, and my eye feels weird.
Your eye was...
I don't know, followers, if you've ever been hit with OC spray, but it sucks. I thought I was gonna compare it to CS gas, like tear gas.
He has to do that once a year because of the guard.
That does not compare. Two totally different things.
I can't believe it's worse than that.
The guy was just like, oh, if you've been CS gas, it's kind of like that. No, because CS gas is done in like 10 minutes. And OC spray, that was it 2 hours ago. It still hurts.
Oh, poor babe. I'm sorry. I can spray you with the hose if you want.
No, I'm throwing this shirt out.
You're throwing it out?
I'm not dealing with it. They had us do jumping jacks, alright? And they're like, count out loud. And so you're like, She's like, open your mouth. You're like, 2, 3. And she's gonna hit you randomly between your numbers 1 and 25. And I made it to 13 before she was like, and I was like, oh, it's on my knee. What's happening to my knee?
Okay, so that's so bad. His whole face, I don't know if you can tell because of the camera quality is not very good on this camera, but his whole eye is red and his face is all red. Apparently that type of spray stays on you and then reactivates, whereas CS gas, which he has to do once a year for the National Guard, lasts about 10 minutes and then it's off you. But Joe's upstairs taking a shower, trying to get the rest of it off, I guess. Poor guy. And apparently tomorrow he gets tased. Yay! So many exciting things for him happening. He's actually been looking forward to that one, I know. Not the spray, but getting tased, I think he's excited for it. Well, Judd is hopefully not burning as much anymore.
So when I was in the pool, I scrubbed my face and eyes real hard, so I don't have to worry about it reactivating. But guess what it reactivated on? My hands!
He had frozen corn on it. I told you could bring it.
Then I have to leave it in the car, and we had unfrozen corn.
Yeah, I would have thought out. Well, we are on the way to Walmart, so I guess we could have bought more frozen corn. Anyway, Walmart, adventure time, woohoo! If you weren't so violent with your toothbrushes, you wouldn't have to go through them so quickly.
Don't judge me. So we live in Florida, on the beach, and one thing you must do as a Floridian is own Hawaiian shirts.
Judd has a few. He looks pretty good in them, I must say so myself.
Because I like being tacky, and ironically I look good in tacky clothes. This one's too big though.
It's okay, grab a medium. I like it.
Walmart?
Yes.
It's actually just long enough.
That is long enough. I like it. And better yet, I like the price. Ta-da!
At Walmart. I'm funny when I'm in pain.
Oh my god.
Situation update. Hands still burning. Jack's dragging me through this. Face feels kind of funny, but we're doing our shopping.
Harlow, finish.
With the hippo.
Finish. Oh, so good. Great value. Because that's how we roll. Falling on a budget. See? Come on. I know you see it. Oh, you good girl. You left it alone. So proud of you. Good dog. Well, we survived our quick trip to Walmart, which is always a success, and now we are going on a spontaneous, non-medically related adventure. One, I never really do anything spontaneous because when you have a chronic illness, there's lots of planning involved, and two, non-medically related outing outside of the house, that's kind of crazy. So I'm really excited. Are you excited?
Yeah, my hands stopped burning and my face stopped feeling weird, so I feel better.
That's good. I'm so glad. We are going to our local shopping center. Yay! Target run. Judd's favorite section. Didn't I just get you a toy for your graduation?
Shut up.
I did just order you one yesterday. Harlow, smile. You next to your friend? Who's that? Good girl. So, bending over to pick things up can exacerbate my POTS, which is my autonomic dysfunction, and it can make me dizzy and weak, so Harlow does that for me a lot. Harlow, stand. Get your leash. And she'll pick up her leash for me and make sure her paws aren't tangled up, because then I'd have to bend over to untangle her paws, which is pointless. And she'll pick up other items for me too. That's one of her tasks. Some of y'all were asking to show more task work, so I did. You're a good dog. Thank you for helping me choose two adorable shirts. I love Target clothes. Like, I get all my cutest clothes from Target. And there's a buy one get one half off sale. Well, Judd noticed I was getting a rash here. I started to get dizzy from just being up and walking too long, so I came to sit down on this bench while Judd checks out. But I don't have a rash on my forearms or anything, so could be an allergic reaction or not sure. But we are going home now, so, or at least to the car. Let's see what we'll do there. I've got my medicine with me, so. Okay, so this is Judd's fault.
Oh, now you're coughing.
No.
Well, she says her chest is feeling burning sensation.
The skin, not like asthma type.
Yeah. And there's no rash on her other arms. She says she has no throat problems. And she did wash my hair when I was in the shower because my hands still had oil and stuff on them.
From the spray. So I have pepper spray.
Yeah.
Ah. God, if that's what you had, but worse, that's not nice. It's probably
like,
under my nails, and I'm getting it.
It feels like all prickly, right? Like.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
At least it's not an allergic reaction.
Here, it's inside the AC.
Okay. So having the AC and cool air blow on the area has helped. That's definitely pepper spray that I got from Judd. That's really funny. I'm glad it's not an allergic reaction. Judd ran into a store real quick to get some insoles for his shoes. Then we're gonna head home and stop somewhere, I don't know where yet, but grab a bite to eat on the way home, because I don't feel well enough to cook dinner. I am thoroughly exhausted just from going to Walmart and then Target. Wow, my body is aching. I've got blood pooling in my legs from my postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which causes pain, and I'm just fatigued and dizzy. These are all the things that happen when you have a chronic illness. I had fun with my non-medical related adventure out, but of course there's always going to be repercussions. But hey, I had fun with my little family, so I think it was worth it. Well, Judd's back, and we are headed home. We're going to stop and grab him something on the way back, but I'm not hungry. So
PDQ.
yeah, PDQ. People dedicated to quality. What a weird name.
Pretty damn quick.
It's a weird name for a restaurant. Anyway, I am exhausted but happy about my adventure that's not medically related, and to spend time with my little family here, Judd and
Amelia.
Harlow in the back. And that is it. Thank you so much for joining us on our adventure today. We hope you all learned something about chronic illness or maybe even service dogs. And that's it. Thanks so much for joining us.